Right now, all new on the WHAS11 night team, take a look from the Sky 11 drone. You are looking at the last remaining piece of farmland in Highview of Jefferson County. Will it be Louisville's next big subdivision?
Just the noise, that quietness of this area, it's been going away little by little the more they build up this area.
We're at a zoning meeting tonight that had residents pushing back on the size of the project. You'll hear why a development group says the area needs more homes and the major step the request for zoning took forward tonight. Right now on the WHAS 11 night team.
And thank you for staying with us after that amazing Monday night football game on a little late tonight. Hello, everybody. I'm Doug Profit. Well, from farmland to a subdivision, tonight neighbors in the Highview area of Jefferson County are fighting a plan to build many homes. The proposal is for 14 acres located between Glazer Lane and Beulah Church Road. From the Sky 11 drone, you can see the land in question is an island of green already surrounded by homes. WHAS 11 night team's Taylor Woods and photojournalist Emma Gefter tonight covered the zoning meeting where the developer is promising a quality project.
From the Sky 11 drone, this 14-acre of land in the Farmgate subdivision is described as the last remaining farmland in this area of Jefferson County. A Louisville company, Leisure Development, wants it rezoned to build 43 homes between Glacier Lane and Beulah Church Road. Longtime residents aren't happy with this proposal.
We don't want this connection. We don't want the traffic to risk the safety of our residents in here.
Leisure Development says their homes would have a minimum of 6,000 square feet with veneer brick, leaving more than 30% of open space. Lauren Rudell and Stephen Brown say there are no sidewalks and the surrounding nearby area is already congested.
During rush hour, you'll sit through 3 or 4 lights because of the
it's just so backed up.
And they say this area is already known for flooding and more housing could cause even more damage. During the public hearing, Leisure Development shared maps and the reasons why they believe their proposal could fit.
And then there would be stop signs coming off the loop lane onto our main road.
Some residents took their concerns to the podium.
Do you think that's funny? We're destroying everything. We can't breathe like this.
Brown and Rudell fear the quality of the proposed homes.
I want everyone to have a place to live, but
we want something that blends in more with the community.
Right, and I'm concerned about my property value.
Although they both would like to see something different on the land, they're just satisfied that duplexes aren't coming to the farm.
We appreciate they took away the duplexes, and they are basing it on homes, yes. But we just were hoping it would be something else that, like you saw, the surroundings, that would blend in just a little bit more better.
This zoning proposal is now headed to Louisville Metro Council. They have the final say on approval. In Louisville, Taylor Woods, WHAS 11 night team on your side.
Police are searching for drivers who killed 2 people in separate hit and runs on Dixie Highway over the weekend. A man in his early 20s was killed last night near Crumbs Lane. Late night Friday night, 19-year-old Derek Wright Jr. died after he was hit near Bernheim Lane. A small memorial is now set up where Wright was killed. Claire Yates, who's the project manager for Vision Zero Louisville, says the timing in these incidents is common.
Most pedestrian fatalities occur in non-daylight hours, and so investing in adequate street lighting along a dangerous roadway has been proven to reduce fatal and serious injury pedestrian crashes.
In addition to extra lighting, Yates says more sidewalks are needed and drivers need to slow down. A Louisville Metro police officer who was shot in the line of duty last week remains in critical but stable condition at U of L Hospital. In a brand new update this evening about Officer Brandon Haley, LMPD says, quote, "We are cautiously optimistic," and LMPD continues to ask for the community's prayers and support for Officer Haley and his family. Officer Haley was shot while conducting a traffic stop last Thursday in the Chickasaw neighborhood. So far, no one is charged directly with the shooting. The shooting came from a nearby home. The Metro Police Foundation says Officer Haley is married with young children. They've also set up a fund to help with his recovery. If you'd like to donate, we do have a link for you on WHAS11.com. And the Bullitt County School District is remembering a school bus driver who was killed in a crash on his way to work last Friday. Jason Benningfield's school bus sits outside the district's headquarters in Shepherdsville, draped with a black ribbon, and you can see the message, "Rest in peace, Mr. Jason." Benningfield was killed in a head-on crash on Highway 44 while driving his personal car to work that morning. He was 48 years old and worked with the district for about 5 years.
Mr. Jason was a very popular driver with his parents, his students, and his co-workers. He stood out here in the office. He just recently became a driver trainer himself. He was so proud of that, and we were proud of him.
Benningfield's visitation is at noon Friday, and his funeral is scheduled for Saturday at noon. Both will take place at the Shippenhorst, Underwood, and Brooks on North Preston Highway in Shepherdsville. The district tells us students are invited to come in and to pay their respects. A Jeffersontown fire station is currently shut down because of mold. Many of the firefighters there falling ill after being exposed on the job. According to an internal memo, all personnel from fire station number 3 were relocated to other fire stations 2 weeks ago after crews reported headaches, sneezing, and runny noses. An inspection report from July shared with WHAS11 News details mold spores in 2 bathrooms, the hallway, kitchen, and the lounge. The same report recommends demolition and construction barriers to isolate the mold while work is underway. Photos show the barriers that have been installed right here, made up of a plastic tarp and painter's tape. We've attempted to contact the fire chief, Sean Driesbach, but haven't heard back. The city acknowledged our request but did not provide any comment. A handful of Kentucky lawmakers say they want the state's auditor now to look into JCPS, Kentucky's largest public school district. Kentucky Representative Jason Nemes of Middletown is one of the 12 Republican lawmakers to request the audit. He says recent transportation issues added to the urgency of the request, but they'd been planning to ask for one for a while. Nemes says there are ongoing issues within the school district like student violence and many students struggling to read at grade level. In a statement, a spokesperson for Kentucky Auditor Mike Harmon's office said their team is looking over the request, but they did not have a timeline on the decision. Nemes believes an inspection will happen sooner rather than later.
We'll be meeting with them in the next couple of weeks to start the process of planning and what it looks like and what questions they'll go into. But it's a full financial and management audit that we're requesting to be done.
A JCPS spokesperson pushed back on the letter. In a statement to us, they told us, quote, "We cannot ignore the concerns that this audit may be politically motivated rather than an impartial review of our operations." Instead of forcing JCPS to spend money on this audit, they go on to say the legislature should prioritize investing in our schools directly to ensure quality education for all students. Well, schools across Kentucky are settling in for another year with student safety top of mind. School resource officers not only offer an armed layer of protection, they are now required by law. However, many school districts across the state of Kentucky still struggle with staffing SROs. So our Focus investigator, John Charlton, is here with a look at which districts are in compliance and which ones need significant improvement.
It's been 4 years since it became Kentucky law requiring a dedicated school resource officer at every public school or shared campus. But the state also knew this would be a challenge. A police presence to protect kids at school. No longer an elective, but a prerequisite for districts since 2019. Since then, progress has been made. The state recently reported that the total number of full-time SROs in Kentucky are up 66% since legislators passed the law. And that since the beginning of the last school year, 33% more schools have at least one SRO on campus. Still, considerable work needs to be done since many districts continue to struggle with staffing SROs.
About 51% of campuses have SROs.
51% would be failing in the classroom.
Yep.
Are we failing in Kentucky?
I don't think we're failing in Kentucky because we've seen a lot of local communities scrape to be able to get a position that's there.
Senator Max Wise authored the original bill on required SROs. He says he's fully aware that districts struggle because they either don't have the money to hire more SROs or the pay often doesn't attract quality applicants, such as retired police officers.
We want to make sure, though, when we go into this budget session, in this 2024 legislative session, we look at where can funding be pulled from. I do hope that we can not just say it's an unfunded mandate.
In our viewing area, Focus found most school districts are still not there yet with fully staffed SROs. Tuesday at 6, find out how your district is doing and how JCPS's plan on a patrolling presence of armed security in cars appears to be going in reverse. John Charlton, WHAS11, on your side.
Again, the Focus investigation tomorrow at 6 on WHAS 11 News.